11:17. We'll call this October 2018 quarterly session to order. Invocation. Bods, Manito. Pantuagana, Bods, and get our quarterly session kicked off. Oh, thank you. Roll call, starting with Black Lodge.
Hugh Whiteley, Black Lodge here.
Spotted, bring it here.
Whiteley, Black Lodge here. Hogan, Reno here.
No, Lodge Grass here. Not free, big corner here. Well, you look at it here.
Żeby pekynalo, you go to that bot, yeah. Good luck. You go to that bot, here. Male bear, mighty feet here.
Alden, Bighorn here.
Deep grade here.
13 present. We have 13 present. Senators, thank you for getting quorum here. Yes, we believe we have Vice Secretary in attendance here today. No other visiting officials. Vice Chairman said he was on his way, correct? Vice Chairman is on his way. Just comment a little bit on the past couple days we didn't get in quorum. I know we had some budget issues that we're dealing with too. So on the other hand, budget finance is active in his committee. So we're still working on the budget issues. Hopefully we can come to a compromise here sometime. The other one, number three, review and adopt agenda. You guys feel comfortable with the agenda? Can I get a motion to adopt? Floor recognizes Senator Donfrey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Secretary, anybody, with the motion to adopt the agenda.
Motion's on the floor to adopt the agenda. Can you second? Second, Senator Whiteclay, Black Lodge. Question. TR, Senator Oakcrow from, all in favor of adopting the agenda, signify by raising your right hand. Where's our 13th warrior? Frank. 12.
Showing up.
Frank, we need him. Frank. Adopting agenda. You're at 13th warrior.
Whiteley, yes.
Hey, that was that's kidding. 13 unanimous on that. So moving on to, like I said earlier, number 4, review and approval of journals. I believe Jackie had everyone on their desk, so they've been on there for a week now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. She was on top of it. Got them done early. So said July 2018 quarterly session, July 23rd, 2018 special session, September 6th, 2018 special session. I don't know why I have trouble saying special session. But those three, if you guys feel comfortable, you guys reviewed them, can I get a motion to approve those journals? And you guys need more time, the floor recognizes Senator Oakgrove.
I move that we approve July 2018 quarterly session, July 23rd, 2018 special session, July 6th, 2018 special session.
Thank you. Motion's on the floor to approve these journals. Can I get a second? Second, Senator Nodford. Can I get a question? Question, Senator Goodluck. All in favor of approving these journals, signify by raising your right hand. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Darwin, 13. Unanimous 13, so review and approve journals they're approved. Moving on, we got 5 reports. I need that report here somewhere. We got. Do you gotta go sooner? Yeah, you're on do you? Okay. Senator Goodluck's gotta take his boy to the hospital. So we'll give the floor to him right now. That way he can give a brief report on his committees. So the floor is all yours, Senator Goodluck.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Secretary, guests, members of the body. We approved the Indian Housing Plan on August 30th. I'd like to give our thanks to the committee and the body for moving on this. We approved the Indian Housing Plan. We also did where we had committee meetings on the BIA, the BIA right away between the pipelines, and this was done to the it was just an update with the executive. There were negotiations, but it was with Northwest Energy. We talked about the rods are 16.5 feet. There's going to be 2,295 rods going through tribal and 6,931 rods going through allotted land. We also asked some of that allotted might be turned back to tribal from the buyback. Talked about that in July. In May, we passed the infrastructure committee, passed the drug policies for housing. Policies, Salaga Housing Authority, policy personnel. That's what all we did for the committee. And at this time, I have one. I think it's a jar in my committee, and that's the dealing with Sorensen and the tribes, the hydro plant. But I was told by the executive that they're still working on that with Sorensen, and they're kind of got some holds on it, so we're still waiting on them to move on that. Other than that, like I said, that's about all we have in the committee. So that's about all we got. Thank you. Mr. For Hugo, Vice Chair.
Vice Chair, Senator Whitecliff.
At this time, Speaker, Secretary, and rest of the body, our Vice Secretary, I do agree with whatever we worked on in our committee, so that's all that I'm in favor with everything that we've been doing so far. I hope.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Floor recognizes Senator Goodluck.
I also forgot that we passed an LR for confirmations for Cody Warwick with Otero. We passed that in September. That was part of the update I forgot to add. Also done through committee.
Did we confirm? Was it confirmed on the floor? Special session?
During a special session there in September.
So the other one, that confirmation that popped up was economic development, right? Okay. Does that need to happen during this session? Well, you got that one done too, huh?
got those two together.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So we got those confirmations finished. Is that it, Senator? Good luck. Thank you for Infrastructure Committee on your report. That's how long you got? Can you stay? Till someone shows up? Okay, because you lose quorum, so if when someone shows up, Brandon's got to leave for. Okay, so now we'll go to legislative branch, speaker and secretary. I believe Sherry handed out some handouts on my report, speaker's report for October 2018 quarterly session. July session, July 9th, 10th, July 23rd, special session, JR 1804, LBP revenue expenditure, phones were severely delinquent, AT&T phones were shut off for weeks, the Verizon phones were really shut off. On August 3rd, they were finally paid up to the point. We have received a check since then. We have not received a check since then. August 2018, Pro Fair office is closed 16th through 22nd. August is pretty quiet month there. Pro Fair. September 2018, September 6th, special session, CLB 1802 housing plan, confirmations. Oh, that's right. Left hand, Cody Ware, we're in that one. September 17th, Treaty Day, we closed office. September 24th, deadline to submit legislation for October session. Executive did not submit anything for consideration. Our only new business is the JAR Creek Culture Area for Lodge Grass, and that was presented from Senator Yellowtail. So that's in your packet, new business. October 2018, October 8th, office closed, Columbus Indigenous Peoples Day, Chiefs Day. October 10th, with legal personnel, I had a meeting with BI, that was today actually, so it'll be 11th. And I kind of updated you on the meeting this morning with BIA. We invited him to come in on next Wednesday, bring in the chief of police, some natural resource land guy, so he'll be in next week on that. You guys can ask him all the questions we want. And I mentioned that he was from the Fort Duchesne area. He has law enforcement background. That's where he came from actually, is law enforcement, so kind of helps our situation out, I think. Other than that, this past, like I said, this quarter's been pretty quiet. We didn't get no new legislation to act on. I know the budget things, the biggest obstacle we're facing right now without it. We're on October 11th and we still don't have a budget, which should have been something by the 1st. And that was kind of part of our conversation with the new superintendent. We let him know that, hey, we don't have a budget as of today. And he was wondering what was going on and why. And so legal Thor was there to explain, and he was talking about some of the 638 projects that can't function without a budget too, so they're held up. And he talked about ways where he can help us and actually where he controls money, and especially the LBB resolution that we did. That was an example we gave him of how, hey, we passed law over here, but it went over there, and we didn't know where the monies went. So maybe in the future, once we do create law, that now he has control of how those monies are dispersed, not just thrown into the general fund and lost. So yeah. So you guys have questions for him, he'll be in, like I said, Wednesday, and you guys can directly ask him. Other than that, that's all I got for my report. I'll turn the floor over to our Secretary D. Crane. Do you have anything?
Well, I don't really have anything. Since we're in a budget crisis, I'm not even having to waste any paper today. So, what speaker did, that's all we did, and you guys all know that. It's been quiet. Executive never brought anything in. And like we've been working on, we're trying to get the budget in since July. And last, I don't know if you guys remember, he was sitting here and I asked him to bring more legislation in, and he didn't. So it's been quiet. If you did, you guys would have been busy. Other than that, staff, they've been like good kids all this time, so other than that, office is going good. That's about it.
Thank you, Secretary. Any questions for Speaker Secretary? If not, we'll get on with the committees. I know Infrastructure gave theirs. Moving down the line, we'll go to Economic Development. Senator Stone.
Thank you, Chair, Secretary, body, guests. Economic Development, been trying to get a meeting to pass Title 18 to get some law behind some of these entities that are trying to come up. I called a meeting and try to get a hold of our lawyer to be in that meeting, send him some email, send him an email. I never got a response. So I set up another one for 2 days ago at 10, and finance set the meeting at 9, so that kind of moved me out there. But it's ready. It's ready for final roll call vote, and I like to have one meeting to get it's a jar to have the people who help introduce this over here so we can get it all set and ready to pass. So that's kind of where that's at. And then we had September, we had confirmation for cabinet head, lieutenant, along with Cody Ware that day. And it's been kind of quiet since then, but that's what I've got. I'd like to give the floor to Vice Chair if he wants to iterate on some of that.
Chair W said we had confirmation for list left down September of Solid Inc. or Title 18. You know, that's real close. You know, that's needed so that we can separate politics, tribally owned businesses from politics, so that a lot of the problems that we have, it'll alleviate. Hopefully, we can get that, done soon. This next quarter. Economic development is a big area, and there was a group that came. That was economic development. That group that came. That Richard Brady, the one that talking about doing that flyover to. I think that's the only one that I can think of. Missed.
One more. Thank you, Chair. I'd like to get a meeting here, and like I said, this Title 18 is ready. It's just ready for the final roll call vote. If we can get a meeting here before the session is over, then we can pass this, and then we can get on with business. It's just hanging there. It's ready to go. But I need one more meeting so everybody can be on the same page with that. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe after this, you get with legal and figure out one of these mornings will work good, because I know, like I said, we're going to get through this agenda pretty quick once we start going. There's going to be a lot of time for some committee meetings, so I can get with Jackie and get it on the board. So thank you, Economic Development. For the record, Senator Yellowtail is here, so that leaves us at 14. And for the record, just keep calling today. Vice Chairman, welcome. Good morning. He is present, so moving on to let's go economic development. Next one, gaming tribal enterprises. Do you have anything to report on? Turn the floor over to Senator DeMontney.
Thank you, Speaker Body, Executive Vice Chairman.
Vice Secretary. It's, the only thing we got is we confirmed J.D. Stone last few meetings, and I think there's a meeting trying to get set up and reach out to Popcorn Burning Ground. I guess he's heading up that side for executive on the casino. And as far as what we had, we wrote a letter to Vern Hooks, who was the acting on the commission there, and we haven't had word back from her, but we haven't got anything from the chairman also of the casino, any updates. But we're hoping that if we call in Mr. Burningham, that he can shed some light, and I've been asking the chairman to get back to me, but no word from them, and trying to have a committee meeting at some point in time. About all we got. I think other partners not here showing. So that's about all we got.
Great, thank you. Yeah, like I said, we need to eventually get an update on the where we're going on the gaming portion. I know they set at one time they set a date for the reopening of our casino, but hey, that date came and gone. So I think we need to find out where we're sitting at on the gaming issue. That's it. We'll move on to judicial. Senator Not Afraid.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Secretary, and Executive Vice Chairman Dookie, and the body. We had a judicial committee meeting on September 8th, another one on September 13th. Met on Criminal Honor Code Title 8 Crimes of Offenses, AA Criminal Procedure, Chapter 10, Extradition. The committee had voted to go ahead and revise the draft that was amended in October of 2017. We went through Title 8A-10-101 up to 8A-10-119. The committee had went through all the 8A 101 to 109 all through 19, and the only change that was made was, or the hold was 8A-10-108, and that was a hold for the legal. When Thor was governor, we have a meeting and discuss that. 8A-10-108 authority of the arresting officer. And that's all, and it's ready to go, and we'll have another meeting and meet on that with Thor, Attorney Thor, and be ready to hit the floor through committee recommendation. Thank you. I'll leave the floor open for Vice Chair.
Thank you, Senator Not Afraid. Floor recognized Vice Chair Senator Spotted.
Oh, Speaker, Secretary House, Vice Chair, John, Body. Yeah, we just need to get some more going, man. We're in a bad crisis here. We just need to get some more committee goings and get this ball rolling. I hope.
Thank you, Senator Spotted. Any questions for judicial? If not, nothing. Moving on, we'll go Health and Human. Floor recognizes Senator Yellowtail. Then next two will fall under Senator Workplace, Finance, and Natural Resource.
Thank you, Chair. Health and Human, we got a jar in for new business. So we'll be going over that later, right?
Yes. That'll be further in the agenda, new business.
So that's one of the things that we got in for a resolution for the cultural area of Wild Grass Valley of the Chiefs. So And also, I was just at a meeting, a health board meeting. They went to Alaska and toured some health facilities up there for some of the things that they want to do. I didn't had to be here, so I had to miss out on part of that meeting. I just kind of got a gist of what they went through. And then also, one of the issues that came up there is kind of what we're going to be going through with our finance department is the IRS. How are we going to be paying the IRS back? Because the diabetic program, that money that we got, and we have to do a reimbursement on it, that payback we have to do for the diabetic program money. The people want to know before they try to start another plan with the tribe, what is our payback to the IRS? How are we going to do that? And if we don't come up with a plan, then we're going to lose out on whatever money that's there. So we need to know what the plan is so that we can give it to them. And but other than that, there's just been hasn't been much coming through on health. There's been some reporting on the elders, the old folks home, and they also had some IRS issues. They went through new directors. There was some things going on over there about people being hired that weren't qualified. And, I think they're taking care of that. And the health board has done, the elders facility board has started a corrective action plan on taking care of that. And the diabetic program is also going through some, or not the diabetic program, but the Head Start. They have a new director over there also, and they're going through some hard things and just trying to get things straightened out. So, we might have some board meetings on education. Which he's the director. He, the money that came in, I think they went through the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, the seniors, and also there was 3 doctorate students from the tribe that were going, and they were putting the money that we had, the Cloud Peak money that came in, the scholarship money that we have, they were sending that out to, they were figuring how much they were going to be giving on it. And that's still pending right now. So some of the students haven't received. There was a lot of students that didn't fill out their applications properly. And so they set a bunch of that money aside so that they can finish their applications and then try to get them funding. A lot of them were freshmen. So, but other than that, I think that's about all I have. So we go to the vice chair if he has any more to put in. Vice chair, Mr. Brown.
Thank you. Chairman Yellowtail, will recognize Vice Chair Brown.
Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. 10 seconds ago, picture down. Is on top of things. So, we get the good evaluation for this.
Thank you, Senator Brown. There's no questions on, I believe, we get a question, one will come for your question. I know next week, they got sent those emails out yesterday, for opiate, kind of 2-day training.
They were talking about it, but the meeting was still going on, so I didn't get to that right.
I think we sent those out emails today, forwarded to health teams. So, all right, we'll recognize Senator Stone.
Thank you, Speaker, Secretary, guests. With that old folks home or a facility there, they have a new director. How is that coming along? Have you heard?
It's coming along slow. We've got some issues going on still, but I think haven't seen any reporting coming out of there much, but the issues that they were dealing with, personal things that were going on, they got that under control. There hasn't been any prosecution, but they have let people go, and but other than that, they're being under control.
Thank you. Maybe if we can get the CEO in here, it's usually good to, he comes in here and gives us a report on IHS situation and the improvements. If we get a chance next week, I know we'll have some free time. It'll be good. Get him in here and give us a report.
Yeah, that'd probably be good, because there's a lot of personal things that happened, and I don't know if I can discuss those.
Yeah.
So it'd be better if they came over to it.
Sounds good. So maybe you can try to get hold of them and they can come in and do a report to the body during session.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Moving on. Finance, natural resource, Senator Whiteclay, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Speaker, Secretary, body, executive guest, Vice Chair, and Vice Secretary. We had, for finance, we had a lot of different things happen through that, with all the committee meetings and special sessions. I'd like to move my report to another day for that.
Yeah. So do you want to move it to next week?
Sure. Yeah. Tomorrow's fine.
Okay.
With that and natural resource, also move that in there. We didn't have much coming in the way from natural resource. We've made the vice chair. We've requested for reports in Fish and Game, and through that we requested reports from all the other pertinent departments. As of late, we haven't gotten any reports from them. Even we had a executive say that we have a bison management plan. They said they have one in place. We get to see that. We requested that. And we're requesting any information, resolutions, or agreements on the sale of Buffalo to the 3 affiliated. As of late, we haven't got anything through the committee and through the body. So we'll have a full report tomorrow on all of our requests, all of our meetings, and finance also.
Update any on where we're sitting at as far as budget?
Update on budget. It was sent over to executive with our amounts. A line item was sent to all of the senators. We have hard copies here. And no reply from CPAs, no reply from executive as of late.
Thank you. So, finance and natural resource, I'll give you some report here. Maybe tomorrow, next day or something. Any questions for him on reporting? I believe that's all the committees here. We have economic, gaming, yep, we had all the committees. Right there is probably a good time to break for lunch here. Because I know, because I'm saying this because once we get into old business here, it's just, we're going to roll here. And if, by the time we know, we could be done with this agenda by the end of the day. So, outside, they came over earlier. John Small, I believe he's campaigning for Bighorn County Superintendent of Schools, Public Instruction. So he asked you guys if you're interested to come over and have a bite to eat and listen to what he's got to say. So he invited everyone over to grab some like boiled meat. What else? He said
beans, corn, and bread.
He's got some good food going over there. So you guys are free to go and
Boiled meat.
Anything before lunch here? Any announcements? Any concerns? I said we didn't get any new items in this session, so we're gonna try to coast here till we get the budget whole situation finished. No, we'll break till I got a conference call with